LearningEngineer.com, where we engineer learning for efficiency. Hello and welcome. My name is Michael Langdon, and today I would like to discuss sentence fragments with you. When I was younger, I learned that sentence fragments were wrong, and wrong. They must be corrected. However, over the years, as I read more and more, I learned that most professional writers use sentence fragments to add rhythm and punch to their writing. So, I want to show you how and when sentence fragments are used. And, I want you to be able to explain what is going on to someone else, such as a teacher or professor. What is a sentence fragment? A sentence fragment is a phrase or clause that either lacks a subject, verb, or both. On the other hand, an incomplete sentence has a subject and verb, but it is an incomplete thought because it starts with a subordinating conjunction, such as after, while, and because. What do sentence fragments do for writing? According to Edgar H. Schuster, writing in the English Journal, fragments use fewer words. Fragments provide greater emphasis. Fragments are more natural sounding. Authors on sentence fragments. Must you write complete sentences each time, every time? Perish the thought. Stephen King on writing. There would be more fragments and run-on sentences in writing, too, if we didn't disguise the true state of affairs by tricks of punctuation. Rudolf, Flesch, The Art of Readable Writing. The point is that most professional writers use sentence fragments. Let's now look at some examples. This is an example from Stephen Colbert's book, I Am America and So Can You. It has a very conversational style. Here is the excerpt now. Well, like a lot of other dictators, there is one man's opinion I value above all others. Mine. And folks, I have a lot of opinions. That was 3 sentences. The fragment is the one-word sentence, mine. If this one-word sentence was written out, it would be, it is mine. Here it is shortened to just, mine. The explanation is that the one-word sentence, mine, has an implied subject and an implied verb. The implied subject is the pronoun, it. And the implied verb, is. Here we have an example from Rudolf Flesch's book, The Art of Readable Writing, and it's from a letter written to Rudolf by Harry Dingman. If you get a chance to read the whole letter, you will find some great writing. It's on page 93 of the paperback copy. Here it is. You were kind to write your letter of 5 days ago. If you like risk appraisal, I am flattered. It ought to be better than it is, I've spent enough time, Lord knows. 2 other books I wrote and various articles. All trade stuff. The last line, all trade stuff, is the fragment. It lacks both a subject and a verb. But, yes, they are implied. It's the same as before. The complete sentence would be, it's all trade stuff. It's being both the subject, it, and verb, is, contracted together into its. Let's move on to another but different kind of fragment. Here we have an example of something called an imperative sentence. Your favorite team beat someone else's favorite team. Your team, 15, the other team, 10. The imperative sentence is the last sentence, your team, 15, the other team, 10. This sentence lacks a verb but still makes sense because of the context in which it exists. There is also something called an incomplete sentence. It differs from a fragment because it often has a subject and a verb, but begins with a subordinating conjunction that reduces it to an incomplete thought. Incomplete thoughts are incomplete sentences. Here we have an exception. Why did you take the car and go into town today? Because I needed some groceries. Because I needed some groceries seems to be an incomplete thought, but it answers a question, thus completing the thought about why someone took the car. So, an incomplete sentence is okay when completing the answer to a question. These are the rules for using sentence fragments. A sentence fragment can never start a paragraph. This is because the topic sentence of the paragraph establishes the subject of the paragraph. We can then imply this subject in other sentences. Sentence fragments must have an implied subject or verb or both, and these must be established in the previous sentence or sentences. See previous rule. Sentence fragments must add value to the writing by using fewer words, adding emphasis, and making the writing more conversational and natural sounding. So, here is the takeaway from all of this information. You can use fragments, but you need to be able to explain the implied subjects or verbs or both. Fragments should add value by improving the conversational style of the writing. Research shows that a conversational style of writing is better for understanding and learning. To learn more about fragments, see Schuster, E. H. 2006. A Fresh Look at Sentence Fragments. The English Journal, 95.5, 78-83. https://doid.org/10.2307/300465993 LearningEngineer.com. Engineering learning for efficiency. Visit us at https://learningengineer.com.